In our previous video, we talked about what it means to be triggered. Today, we're going to talk about what to do when you are triggered. You know, we really live in an amazing world, and I believe this world is set up and created for us to experience happiness and joy and peace. And so everything that happens or that we experience is there to help us achieve that. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what to do when you're triggered. So let's talk again briefly about, so what is a trigger? You know, a trigger is anything that happens around us. We can also have internal triggers. We talked about that, which is just the thoughts that we have in our brain. So we can trigger ourselves. But there are other things that happen and that we experience every day of our life. And so triggers really are just feedback to us about what's working and what is not working in our life. And triggers are an opportunity for us to become more aware of who we are, what our thoughts are, what our beliefs are, and why we are doing the things that we're doing. The truth is, most of the time, we live our life on autopilot. We don't really pay attention to things that happen around us. We don't pay attention to the thoughts that we attach to those events or those triggers that happen. We just accept them and go on blindly, really, in that kind of autopilot. And we're not really ever even awake. So we can use triggers as a way to wake us up if we just pay attention to what are the things that are happening around us in our life. So this life is about learning, growing, and becoming all that we can be. So if we are able to use triggers as an opportunity to be aware, we can become more knowledgeable about the beliefs that we've created in our life and whether or not those beliefs are based on truth or principle, or whether those are beliefs that we have just accepted that have come as part of our conditioning. So what do we do when we are triggered in our life? There are a few steps or processes that we can follow that will help us use those triggers more effectively. The first thing is, as with anything else, we first need to become conscious. We need to become aware of what's going on with us. So we identify what the trigger is. We become clear on what are our thoughts about that trigger. So what is the meaning that we attach? And if we understand that the trigger, again, in and of itself, doesn't mean anything. So if something happens, is it good? Is it bad? Is it something to be excited about? Is it something to be fearful of? Well, we get to create that. But in order to do it, we need to become aware, and we need to move past those conditioned thoughts and beliefs that we've created throughout our life. So triggers are a wake-up call for us to turn our brain on, to look at the trigger, to question the belief and the meaning that we have attached to it. And if it's not giving us what we want, we can look at, okay, is this belief that I have that's attached to this, is that based on the paradigm of abundance, or is that based on the paradigm of scarcity? And if I'm in that place of scarcity, I can ask myself, is that the world that I want to live in? Or would I rather live in a world of abundance? I can then identify the false belief that I have about that trigger. I may want to do a breakthrough on that belief and try to figure out what is the origin of that belief, where did it come from, and is it serving me in any way? And if it's not serving me, then let it go and come up with a belief that will serve me better and help me to accomplish the goals and dreams that I have for my life. So once we've identified what our beliefs are, and if we've identified the false belief connected with that, and we replace it with a belief that is based on principle, then we just need to begin taking action steps. We need to begin to create new habits and new patterns in our life so that that becomes more of how we respond when we are triggered in the future. We can change our negative responses, our negative beliefs, our negative patterns and habits that are connected to triggers, and we can turn them around and make them into positive, working, self-interest thoughts, behaviors, and actions that will truly help us to accomplish all we want to accomplish in our life. So triggers can be used in a very helpful way if we understand what they're all about. And triggers are really just a way to wake us up and to become more aware and to choose the beliefs that are based on truth and principle that will help us to get the happiness, the success, and the overall outcomes in life that we desire. Thanks again for watching. If you want to know more about who we are and what we do, visit our website. You'll find it below.